Thank you, Jamie, for the report. I'm going to analyze and give you a personal statement or a personal peer review of your essay. So, on your written assignment, you have clearly stated and articulated your expectations of this course, what you wish to learn from this course, and reflecting on and comparing previous experiences from a similar business case project in Whanganui. So you have clearly related your past experiences, what you learned from there, and tried to improve and deliver better in this course. Team issues. You have clearly identified team issues during this team forming, and you have highlighted learnings that you took away from during the struggles you had during the initial phase of team forming, norming, and storming. And your understanding about two company profiles, you have given a descriptive essay, or even on the video and on the descriptive part, you have given a brief about the company, what they do, what's the difference, how they operate as business, and your personal experience of those companies. However, what you expected at the beginning of those team meetings, and what happened during the virtual catch-ups with those companies, and what you learned as a part of those catch-ups is really missing. You haven't reflected on that part. There has been a general description of the team and what you went through, and what happened with the team dynamics. Was it dysfunctional, or did you have a cohesive and a good emotional intelligence? So those were clearly articulated. Reflections, however, you could have included a personal reflection of how your individual traits contributed to or hindered the success of the team, and also what were their impact on the team deliverables. You critically understood on what works for you, what does not work. Key learnings from embassy visits, Coca-Cola, Ass-3, and the other tourist-based interactions with the local people have been clearly stated. Personal experience about cultural aspects, business ethics, punctuality, standards, and delay in organizing any technical issues, and all those have been well critiqued constructively. And the reflection on an individual perception about Asian businesses, and what you learned from that experience, whether would you prefer to blend into the respective culture, whether it would be accepting of those culture and those diverse ethnic business backgrounds and people. You could have included those part. Learning from the store and experience about your team dynamics, what went wrong, how you could have avoided those issues has been explained, and focus on improving emotional intelligence in team. So most of this essay and the video aims to understand the team issues, team problems, and what could have been done better, and your focus was mainly on the team building and how to function better as a team. So there was, you could have improved it better. You could have improved or contributed a little more to what actually happened. What were your expectations at the beginning, at the outset of meeting teamers in Botany? How those panel interacted? Were they clear, and were you able to get the problem statement correct? Were you able to was there any difference in the way you expected them to communicate? So those parts could have been highlighted a bit more. And the style of feedback from teamers in Botany have been critiqued well. However, there could have been reflections about your personal impact or a team impact from the panel's feedback, like whether you managed to implement some changes from the feedback that you received from teamers into the next presentation, that's Botany. Whether were you able to implement the one that you reflected immediately from teamers' feedback. Did it help you? Those part were not highlighted as a part of this essay, which I feel could be an important part or aspect in team reflection as well as self-reflection. On the video, I feel the content resonated quite closely with what's written on the report. More clarity was there on what you learned from the course, from the mentor, as well as on the personal side during the tour. Reflection about need for practice and how practice could make you feel more confident while presenting was clearly stated in your video. Again, I feel during your video presentation, you could have more engagement, more eye contact with the listener. You should be able to talk extemporaneously and able to deliver the impact to the audience with your pitch. The struggle about gaining industry knowledge was well stated. Experiences, learnings, and deliverables were addressed on the video too. However, the video could have been more impactful to the listener instead of, as I mentioned, reading out directly from the screen. There could have been better ways of practicing and bouncing back done prior to presenting. So, you didn't reflect about that experience and that learning of yours. That could be a good thing to do. To summarize, the learnings and about the dynamics of team, business, cultural, ethnic, and operational diversities have been well noticed, written, and clearly understood. Most of the learnings are about self-improvement and about how to make your team function better. It's well written, clearly articulated, precise, and cohesive. How there could have been more description about what impacted you, what was memorable, and why it matters to you the most this particular trip. So, in my opinion, the structure of this report could have been set to flow like a story rather than being a Q&A kind of thing. So, and there could have been more scholarly article referencing and in-text citations to substantiate your points. Thank you.